Sad man from Bangladesh.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam.
Sheikh, my question is there something about gravity mentioned in the Quran, and what are the scientific theories that are against Islam?
I have no idea what are the scientific theories against Islam, and I don't care. Why would I care? Only hypocrites would look into the scientific theories against Islam, which is not against Islam, but rather against proper thinking. Only hypocrites would look into such theories so that they would enforce their hypocrisy and their doubts against Islam. A real Muslim believes no matter what the science says about it, first of all. As for gravity, I don't know. There is a verse in the Quran that says that when Allah Azza wa Jal demolishes and attacks their homes from the foundation, the ceilings fall on their heads. Maybe this would consist as a proof of gravity, but who cares, Akhi?
Sheikh, I live in a Shia area and they give Maghrib Adhan wrong. They give it 10 minutes, 20 minutes after. And I have a mountain to my west, so I can't see and confirm the sunset. I follow an accurate prayer timetable. The prayer timetable says that Maghrib is 5:50 p.m. But we know that it isn't, the sun doesn't exactly go down at 5:50. It might go down at 5:50 and 21 seconds or 5:50 and 52 seconds. My question is, I had some obligatory fasts at Sha'ban and I fasted them and I broke them at the time which the app notified me. But probably 43 seconds after that, the sun has set. Should I make them up after this Ramadan? Jazakallah khairan.
No, you should not make them up as long as you broke your fast believing most likely that the sun has set, then you have done the right thing. And don't open the door for shaitan to whisper to in your head. Fiza from India.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Assalamualaikum.
Every year on the date of my birth, I thought of giving sadaqah as a form of feeding poor people, to gratitude Allah for another year of my life, and to thank Allah to pass the year with ease. My intention is strictly not to celebrate the birthday, but strictly to give charity.
Fiza, I'm unable to understand a word of what we said. Are you feeding the poor?
Yes, sir.
And this is for breaking the fast of Ramadan?
No, in the form of giving sadaqah on the day of my birth.
Okay, so what, on the day of what?
On my birthday.
No, this is not permissible. This is celebrating a birthday, whether by having a birthday cake or giving a present or giving a charity or fasting that day. All of this is an innovation that is not part of our religion. So you have to avoid this. Give sadaqah any other day of the 359 days, not the day of your birth. Ibrahim from Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, couple of weeks ago, I asked you a question regarding to the parchment. Some verses of Quran written on parchment and ate by a god. You mentioned that we have a concept of abrogation in Holy Quran, and there are two types. But I want to know about the divine hikmah behind the type in which we have rulings, but recitation is abrogated. And what is the proof? Where is the proof of this type of abrogation? Barakallahu feek.
Ufikum barakallah. First of all, these issues should be discussed in circles of knowledge, between scholars, or at least between students of knowledge. With all due respect, people that do not speak Arabic, do not memorize the Quran, have not done any course or degree in Sharia, it would be illogical to explain this to them because we have to start from scratch. I, as a medical doctor, cannot explain the procedure of a surgery in the spinal cord to someone who is a mechanic or to someone who is a English literature teacher. They don't have the basics. Nevertheless, we've stated that abrogation can be only in recitation while the ruling remains, and it can be in the ruling while the recitation remains, and it can be in both. So when you ask where is the evidence, the sciences of the Quran is a full-fledged science, like the science of tafsir, like the science of hadith, like the science of fiqh. It's called the sciences of the Quran. And I was fortunate to deliver, like 20 years ago, I think, in Chennai, India, Madras, a course, a 2-day course on this science. And I think some of it, or maybe all of it, is online. I don't remember now. Maybe it's on YouTube, maybe. And I've mentioned this in it. So part of recitation of the ruling, while the ayat are still visible and we recite them, for example, the verses of abrogating the ruling on drinking wine or intoxicants. In the beginning, it was stated that do not approach prayer while you are in the state of intoxication. So people kept on drinking as long as there was between Isha and Fajr a long time, and they can sober off before Fajr. Then another verse came stating that they ask you about intoxicants, wine, and gambling. Say that there is a lot of benefit in it and a lot of harm, and the harm outweighs the benefits. So this was first, then the prohibition of praying while in the state of intoxication. Then the last third verse said, فَاجْتَنِبُوهُ, avoid it totally, in Surah Al-Ma'idah, if I recall correctly. So these are the three stages. The verses are in the Quran, but we know the ruling and the sequence of it. So the verses are there, the ruling was abrogated. It can be the opposite. The ruling remains while the recitation is taken and abrogated, as in the case of stoning the adulterers. And this was recited in the Quran, and it was abrogated, but the ruling remained till date. And also, the ruling and the recitation can be uplifted and abrogated, as in the case that it was recited in the Quran that 10 sucklings makes a child the son of the mother suckling it, breastfeeding it. This was abrogated into 5. And both were in the Quran, were abrogated in recitation. But the ruling of the 5 remained. It was not abrogated. The ruling of the 10 was abrogated as a ruling and as a verse of the Quran, and so forth. Saidu from Cameroon.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sheikh.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, is it permissible to deliberately not want to feel maybe a row in the masjid because we have a reason?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe as we are praying in a masjid, we are praying in rows, right?
Okay.
So imagine you come to the masjid and you find that the first row it's remaining, maybe 2 people can fit into the row. But you decide not to fit in that row and fear the new line.
if you do not complete the row in front of you, and you and another person or other persons decide to start a new row, you are sinful for that. Because the Prophet used to instruct and order the companions, may Allah be pleased with them, to fill up the gaps and to complete the first row, then the second row, then the third row. And by not fulfilling his command, you would be sinful. Is this impacting your or the validity of your prayer? The answer is no. Your prayer is valid. But as long as there is a spot or two available, you should fill it up. The Prophet says, alayhi salatu wasalam, man wasala saffan wasalahu Allah. Whoever connects a row by completing it, Allah will connect to him. And whoever severs it, whoever cuts it, Allah will cut him. May Allah protect us all.